So morning all, out with RB and the guys from Eclipse motorcycles, and today we're test riding this. Haven't seen one of these in absolutely yonks. LXR 380. So we're just going to have a quick look around the bike. Exactly the same as the LXRs, the old Euro 4 LXRs. This is in the red, the white and the black. As always, that's stainless exhaust, and you've got those nice discs to the front and the rear on this one. Seat is absolutely beautiful on this one. We've done about 5 miles on it so far, test riding, and this is another one of the test rides. So we're going to get out and we are going to fire this one up. Now this one doesn't lean as much as the new LXRs. I don't like the new lean angle on the LXRs. It's very excessive, and obviously if you're parking near a curb, that bike is going to be over like that. Just a thing I picked up on the new LXRs and the LXSs. Now this one has a 6-speed box. It's got ABS on it, and we've done 6.4 miles. Now the mirrors on this, absolutely perfect. I've literally got about that much of my shoulder in the mirror, but I've got all this on the outside to see the traffic. So very, very well positioned mirrors, as you always get on the LXRs. And the grunt off of this is totally different to what you'd hear on the LXR 125. Front brake is absolutely perfect on this. While I'm waiting for this car to clear, obviously this has the adjustable suspension on it as well. All the standard setup of horn indicators, lights, and your pass light to the rear on this one. And it's got that analog and the LED dash on it, so mix of the two, standard what you get on the LXRs. But the grunt off of this and that 6-speed box, absolutely perfect. Obviously they've changed the road all down here, so I've got to sit at 40 miles an hour. It's alright, because that is my test mileage. Obviously on the 380 we can go a little bit faster because it is a bigger CC engine, so we're going to do 45 on this one. 45 bordering 50. Now this one is going out to our customer Gary, and this one's got to travel quite a way, all the way up to him, so we're going to make sure this is absolutely perfect before it goes out. And so far this is second ride test. It's going to have about 2 or 3 on this, and we're going to crank up quite a bit of mileage on this one. But just have a listen to that burble. Sounds really good for the 380 motor. Now obviously when these first come out, and we're talking a couple of Christmases ago now, certain blogger, Spicy 110, and myself got a choice of 2 bikes. I wanted the Vendetta 250. Spicy ended up getting the Vendetta. I ended up getting the LXR, and I did the first run on this back a couple of Christmases ago, so go out and check that video. And obviously it's been a while since I've got back on an LXR 380. A nice steady 50, that's kicking around about 4,500 RPM, and then drop it back down to 45. And everyone says, oh yeah, but it's a 380, you can go a lot faster. We have very, very set limits and strict procedures and policies in place where we do not take 125s over 40 or 45. And obviously bigger bikes, and even the used bikes, I tend to obviously sit them at a decent speed. I don't tend to rag them around or ride them like I stole them. Nice and steady on them, and obviously the customer gets to see that their bike is being ridden correctly, rather than some loon in a garage absolutely airing around. Oh, I ride tested your bike, mate, I did 65 on it. Yeah, it's a brand new motor, guys, so we're going to take our time on this one. 45 to 50, nice and steady, and just wear that engine in gently, just altering my rev range, and then obviously dropping back down to 45, lowering the revs off, and then bring it back. So up and down, varying my rev response. But I always say get through the gearbox as quick as you can with the lowest revs you can, and then get the power on from top gear. Now the only thing that we have picked up on this bike when it was on the first road test, and you can just about see it down there, I've got an ABS light on, and it's one of the ABS sensors on the rings, so that's got to come in and have a scan. But it is safe to ride, has been cleared before flight by the technicians. They said to me, yeah, as soon as we get it back in, we're going to scan it, we'll get the part ordered. So that's the only issue. We've picked up all the bars, all the clutch, everything, and the engine runs absolutely sweet, as we've done 8.5 miles on it so far. As I say, the only issue that we found is that ABS, hence why we do a lot of ride testing to pick up. Now, this didn't come in on the first ride, and it wasn't until I got back to the end of the first ride that came on. And obviously we picked up on it, we put a warranty claim in and just scan it and get it off. But that's what warranty is there for. And people say, why do you take 3 weeks to turn a bike around? Because of that. That is the reason why. Now, if this bike, if a customer had come into a dealer and gone, oh, you got an LXR 380, yeah mate, we'll turn it round in 2 days. Two days, or it might be a week. If you've got an issue like that, what are you going to do? Are you going to delay the customer, or are you going to get it sorted out before it goes to the customer? It's quicker to get it sorted out than it. Customer's like, oh, I've got to go back, I've got to get this done under warranty, I'm not going to get my bike again for another 2 days. That's why we take 3 weeks to do everything. Problems resolved during the build, PDI and ride testing. Now obviously if you're getting it for 2 days, how do you know it's been ridden the correct amount of mileage? How do you know that they're going to resolve any issues that have been found? And how do you know that that bike is going to be absolutely perfect? Hence why we do a lot of PDIs, a lot of QCs, a lot of ride testing to make sure everything is absolutely perfect, and that be the reason why. Now obviously we had a customer come in yesterday and it wasn't one of our bikes. He's bought it from a local dealer close to us, and it was a second-hand Iska. And he said, oh, the guy's maintained it, serviced it, blah, 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 blah. Yep, cool. But it runs like a bag of spanners. It don't idle, I have to keep revving the engine, and it's thrown an engine light. What fuel are you putting in it? Well, I fill up at Morrison's all the time. Okay, try switching your, get rid of your Morrison's fuel and put some V-Power in it. And I wouldn't run your bike on supermarket fuel. It is very, very low grade. That's why supermarket fuel is cheap. And you're like, oh, okay. I said, but normally, something like that, unless the bike's been scanned, and they had scanned it, he took it back and they scanned it and they brought it back and he went, oh, it's TPS. They've just told me it's TPS. Yes, throttle position sensor. That's why it's not idling. And I did the reset on it. Very, very simple. And it's a certain thing you do with the ignition key. And that is in your handbook. Well, most garages know how to do it, just to reset the bike. And it didn't idle at all. You had to keep the bike revved. But once you got your revs there, it was fine. Yeah, it's throttle position sensor. Where do I get one? Because obviously I've got no warranty on the bike. Well, you can order from CMPO. Been there, done that. No parts in stock. Well, stick it in the wish list. Unfortunately, unless you want to go on eBay or phone around the dealers and see if someone's got one, you're not going to get one. But parts at the moment are in high demand, and obviously with COVID, another lockdown in China, stuff coming out the ports, being charged absolutely stupid money. It's not Lexmoto's or Honda's or Yamaha or Kawasaki's problem. It's just the simple fact that no one can get any parts, and it goes for Kawasaki's as well. Trying to source parts for absolutely ages for certain bikes, and we just can't get them. But obviously gave him some advice. He was well happy. He's gone away a happy bunny. But I always say, if you get stuck for parts and you don't want to go down the main dealer, you want to do it yourself, CMPO, Chinese Motorcycle Parts Online, which is the parts company of Lexmoto, and most of their stuff is in stock. So, end of the ride test, 10.5 miles on the bike, happy, 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 still running well. Going to get this in, get it scanned, find out which sensor it is, get that changed under warranty. And we've got all the bikes in now, so LXRs are in, LXSs are in, Titans are in, we've got the Echoes in, we've got the SEs in, I've got a Vogue 500 in, which is going to be viewed today. If you're interested, click the link down the bottom eclipsemotorcyclesmk.co.uk. Telephone number is 01908 643 603. If you enjoyed the video, comments as always, and until the next time we're riding out with RB,